You are welcome to Makerere University College of Health Sciences, School of Biomedical Sciences. My name is Dr. Emmanuel Nasinge, a project manager here, and I'm representing our project investigators, Professor Moses Joloba, Dr. David Katete, and Dr. Bernard Bagaya. Welcome to Makerere University College of Health Sciences, School of Biomedical Sciences. We are here to take you through what PRESIDE has funded. PRESIDE is the Presidential Initiative on Epidemics, which is a brainchild of the President, with the idea of supporting local scientists to innovate local solutions to the COVID-19 pandemic and other diseases. Here we have two projects, CovBank and PCR-based diagnostics COVID-19. And these the PI is Moses Joloba, Dr. David Katete, and Dr. Bernard Bagaya, with the team of eminent scientists that are executing these projects. The first project, which is CovBank, is a bank of biological samples from COVID-19 patients, contacts, and their healthy controls. And in this project, we collect, process, and store well-annotated samples at -80 and -90 and -196 for long-term storage. These samples are available to all scientists in Uganda who are looking at innovating solutions to COVID-19. We have used these samples to sequence the COVID-19 virus, to look out for different variants circulating in Uganda, and we have contributed to the ministry's response in the country. These samples have also been used for RDT validations and GeneXpert. The GeneXpert was validated here before it was deployed to the different border points in Uganda, and this has reduced the turnaround time of results at the border points. They have also been used for vaccine development, therapeutics, and diagnostics. We have also supported over 2 biotech companies in Uganda that are innovating new products for COVID-19, including RDTs, and over 30 researchers who are coming up with new ideas to combat this epidemic. And CovBank has also been a stepping stone for the next project, which is the PCR-based diagnostics of COVID-19 and other diseases. As you know, WHO recommends PCR as a gold standard for diagnosing COVID-19, and PCR is a 3-stage process, but in general it involves nucleic acid extraction. For the case of COVID-19, you extract viral RNA and amplification of the target gene in RNA to come up to detect the presence or absence of the virus. The kits used in this process are costly and they are imported. And at the height of COVID-19, the cost of these kits doubled, and on top of that, they were limited. They were limited because economies around the world were producing first for their local market, and as such, those of us who depend on products from abroad could not access these products. So looking at this scarcity, we came up with a project, the PCR-based project. And this project, we have been able to develop local reagents that can be used in the extraction and amplification steps for COVID-19 PCR. So we used cloning of E. coli to express the protein, and we purified it using molecular techniques. And these ones are being validated for large-scale production. So just to take you through the costs and why is it important to develop these products locally. The average cost of 30,000 tests is about 192 million for the proteins that are used. But if these were manufactured locally, we could manufacture them at a cost of about 120 million, making a saving of about 72 million. And to date, Uganda has done about 1.8 million tests. Imagine the saving that would have been done if we were using locally made proteins. This is what they call the pathogen economy. So we want to extend this idea of making locally developed diagnosis for COVID-19 to other diseases like hepatitis B, HIV, and TB. And all these, by the way, their diagnosis depends on PCR-based diagnostics. Remember, these diseases mostly affect Uganda and countries in sub-Saharan Africa, yet we depend on kits from abroad, from Europe, from America, and other developed world. So if we are making these locally, one would bridge the supply gap that came with COVID-19. As you are aware, very many things were in short supply because of the global scarcity, as the factories and economies had delays in production. So if we're able to make these locally, would be doing import substitution through inward looking at locally developed products. Of course, people are talking about buy Uganda, build Uganda. This would be one of the products that is made locally for Uganda. And would also export it to other countries and neighboring countries, and that way would also contribute to the exports from Uganda. So once again, I want to thank PRESIDE, the Presidential Initiative on Epidemics, for funding these two projects and other projects in the country that are looking at local solutions to COVID-19. And also His Excellency the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for his promotion and encouragement and also direct funding to local scientists to develop local solutions to COVID-19. As you are aware, we have to start making products locally to problems that affect us. And that way we shall reduce on our dependence on our countries abroad. Thank you very much.